Okay guys, let's check this out. This is the early access alpha test, Armored Warfare. This is the garage. All your World of Tank folks out there, kind of similar, just modern tanks. I'm sure you've already seen a ton of videos, so I'm not going to get into any of the menus, tank grinds, none of that stuff. I'll just start up a match here and hopefully we can get into something. I'll just flip through a few tanks here that I have in the garage and we'll go for it. This LAV 150. This is the Scorpion. Pretty cool tank. Real fast. A lot of these early tanks are kind of like 1960, 1970 variant tanks. These are still low tier. This is a tier 2 tank. M113. It's an American Scout. This is also a fast tank. Really good gun. High rate of fire on this thing. And PT-76. Don't really like this one. This is kind of a mule, I think. But ground my way through it, went on to the next tank, and probably won't be touching this one again, or I'll just sell it. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can get some going using a Scorpion tank. Let's give it a shot. There's been a bug where this thing kicks you out, but it looks like we are going into a match. Cool. Now, there's M60 Patents, T62s, LAV 150s, and Scorpions on my side. So we have more patents than they do, but they've got a bunch load of T62s and more Scorpions. So matchmaking is kind of sketchy, but it is an alpha, so it's to be expected. But as you can see, running around, I don't know, 35, 36, 40 frames per second. I've got this on ultra maxed, but no, they still haven't had all the textures. It's not all set yet. I mean, this is still alpha stages, so I'm sure it's going to get better than this.
Affirmative.
But with everything
Gunner,
maxed out currently in the game,
affirmative.
I'm
Driver, move out.
A GeForce GTX 970. Everything is really smooth. Really smooth. So, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's hit it. Follow some of the big boys, shall we? It's kind of cool. If you notice, you see the water droplets. It's kind of neat. Here we go. I'm shooting high explosive rounds, so you can see the tree just fell. Problem is, these things are slow as hell. you're not. Come on, kitty cat. There you go. Put a good round into that guy.
Oh! Gunner down. Driver down. Taking over. Let's go!
Crap.
Put it out!
And there goes my ammo rack and everything. Well, that sucks. But let's see how the other guys are making out. So there's the LAV 150. Around up, Silver. Scorpion. These guys are quick. Go about 60, 64 or so. Alright, let's go see if we can get around this T-62. Let's think about it. But I gotta say, for Alpha, the graphics are pretty sweet. I mean, you have rain effects, weather effects. Explosions pretty decent for this early on in the game. And this is early. I mean, this still has a lot of time to get polished. Let's see if we can get this guy. Look good. But if you notice, see how his explosion, this is kind of like boom, black charred, there's really no explosion. The tank I was driving, I mean, that's where you get your payoff. You see all the fire and the flames and the turret pop off and everything. I guess this is something that'll be refined. But again, it's early alpha. Let's hop into another. There we go. It's pretty cool. That's your M60 patent. I'm assuming that that's the infrared lens or whatever on that top of the gun. But this is one of the main battle tanks that we get early on in the game. I haven't ground up to it yet, but I'm going to. Let's see what he can do. There's another patent way over there. He took a shot. He's taking a lot. The smoke effects when this tank is popping out. No, he's hurting. One more shot, he's dead. Look to the right, dude. Over. Alright, here's another patent. Let's see. Oh, man. Patent, ooh, patent. Looks like that dude's. Oh, one more shot and that guy's dead. There you go, hit him in the butt. Oh boy. There it is. Don't hit him in the turret. What are you doing? That was a big mistake. And there you have it. Defeat. Why would you shoot the mantlet? Comment. That's pretty funny. That's exactly what I said. He had an engine shot. He missed it. Anyway, that's the way it goes. So that's kind of from start to finish. First look at third round alpha early testing, early entry testing. It's pretty cool. It looks really good. There's bugs obviously here and there, but otherwise it looks to be super promising. When this thing gets released in open beta, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to eat this thing up. Obviously, here we go. It's a little different. The information spread, the breakdowns. There's your kills. I didn't get any assisted kills. I had one. Damage. I only popped 2 guys. High explosive. You need to hit something thin-skinned, or else you're not going to do a whole lot of damage. No spots. And I was spotted once by Clown. I guess Clown is the dude that took me out. Yay for Clown. Anyway. Team performance. So I kind of fell low. 75 weight. Shut down the pack. And that's it, guys. I mean, there's a whole lot more to this. I mean, you can see all your consumables here and your ammo. You know, if you want to pick your ammo, you actually do this whole drag and drop thing and pick it. The interface is kind of cool, so you can really load up your ammo. Consumables, same deal. Repair kits, extinguishers, medical kits, first aid, energy drinks, oil, protein, World of Tank stuff. You all get what it's everything that you're used to. It's just a different format. Then crew, I mean, you can see have a whole lot of skills here. This is different than World of Tanks in that it appears that it's more in depth. Same concept, but it just seems to be more in depth. And then you have a commander, and you have skill points for your commander. Commander, I guess I have switch on this tank. Sabrina can command different tanks, so it's not one commander per tank. You can command multiple tanks with one commander. So you get this tree over here, and you pretty much pick your skill tree where you're going to go, and you have to be mindful of how you pick it, because you're setting up your commander based on your playstyle. So right now I have the options of aim speed improved by 10%, or module damage increased by 19% for 15 seconds while near ally vehicles. So you can see over here pack tactics. So like when I started this match, I was running with that T60 and the patent. If you stick to a pack, you'll be rewarded, and you can use this perk here. Or you just want to be a sniper and just hide in a bush, and which is cool. I like doing that. Aim speed improved by 10%. So we'll do that. Now when you level up, then these will open up for you, but pretty much you start off with this guy here. So for my commander, my vision range is 10%, so depending on where we go next, I'll make selections, and that's how you do your commander. The way you get tanks is kind of different too, because you have this dealer's button up here. I don't know if you noticed, up here there's a progress line. You can see at the end here, that's when you've progressed, when you've leveled this tank up, essentially the World of Tanks grind equivalent. When you've leveled this tank up far enough, you get to your next tank. So if you click on this arms dealer, which is what these guys are, so I have the PT-76, and that led me to the Scorpion, which is the tank I just ran. The next tank I will get is a T-62, if I'm just proceeding with the grind. And you can see on the T-62 at the bottom, 779 points out of 2,000 earned in this vehicle, its predecessor, Scorpion. So I've got to get another 779 experience points, and then I'll be able to roll up into the T-62, and then I can buy it for 20,000 credits, of which I've only got 5,000, so it sucks for me, but I'll have to figure that When you get gold in the game, you can see over here you have your premiums. So these are your wallet warriors are coming over here, and you know, obviously you get really badass, better grade vehicles. Over here you have your fire support vehicles. Okay, same thing here. This M551 Sheridan. So at the bottom of each one you'll see what it's telling you you need in order to grind up to it. So in this one, the requirement is 820 out of 30,360 damage to enemy vehicles less than 150 meters away with Marat's vehicles. So Marat is this arms dealer. Okay, I guess that's his symbol. And you need to get within 150 meters, I think that said. You need to blast about 30,360 hit points worth of damage. When you do that, this tank becomes available for you to purchase. So it's kind of different, you know, because obviously you're not having to go in a straight tree line, a grind per se, to get to this tank. You can just meet the requirements and get to that tank in that fashion. And then you have your artillery, of course. So for artillery, 14 out of 60 battles fought with Marat's vehicles. So all you need to do is fight 60 battles using Marat's vehicles, which is any vehicle in this selection group that you may own. And then this becomes available for you to purchase. If you've got the credits, you can buy it, done deal. And this big dude down here, Palmaria. So on this one you'll see there's two prerequisites. So 14 out of 60 battles fought with Marat's vehicles. I've got 14, so I've got to get 60. And then you have to have 22,500 experience points earned in this vehicle's predecessor. So to get to this guy, you need to get the M109 first, and then you've got to get 22,500 experience points in the M109, and then, assuming you get the 60 battles, which you did because you got this guy, Palmaria then becomes available for 500,000 credits. That is how that works. It's pretty different, but it's cool. There's a battalion button, create a battalion. Obviously that's going to be like platooning and World of Tanks. And then you have your dossier, gives you all your information, your stats, damage ratio, map objectives, win rate, and all that. This sucks real bad, but I just started this darn thing. I'm just figuring it out and looking for bugs. I'm not really throwing caution to the wind here, but yeah, it sucks. Anyway, and you can check it out by vehicles, so how you're performing with vehicles. And then any achievements you get. So you can see there's a lot of... It's very similar in many regards to World of Tanks. Things are just laid out differently. Things are a lot deeper than World of Tanks. Other things are pretty darn similar to World of Tanks. But otherwise, it is pretty awesome. That's the dealers again. So you have two dealers, and this, I understand when this starts going open beta that you're going to have dealers in different parts of the world. Right now for the early alpha, they've just given you two. But you can pick any one of these guys. So there's, what is that, Shishkin? Sound like digging Shishkin's tanks right now. He's got the Scorpion, I think, so that's where I'm kind of working through. But those are the dealers. So the upgrades, so these are essentially like your modules. You have your armor, firepower, mobility, technology. Different tanks, you'll have different things here. Obviously, you know, you've seen in other video clips, there's smoke. You know, there's tow missiles for some of these tanks. There's different guns. There's a lot of different stuff you can use. So basically the way it works, here are your experience points. Right now I've got 89. And then this upper number here, 32, that is the equivalent of free experience in World of Tanks. Now the difference with this game is you get free experience for running your tank, as well as experience points. So that's why they take the free experience, add it to the experience points, and they give you 121 total experience. So that number you can use to get your upgrade. So example, I have 89 experience with the tank. I can't get the fire suppression system because it's 105. But if I take the 89 and borrow from my free experience, I can get the fire suppression system. So if I clicked on this, it'll say unlock upgrade, 89 plus the 16 that I need to get the 105. It's called Global Reputation. Hit confirm and I'll get it. I'm not going to do it, but that's how you build it up. So you can see here my next engine is 205 credits, and then with that said, I would have maxed out this tank. So anyhow, that's the upgrade. And that is really it, guys. I mean, it's a really solid game. Runs smooth as heck. I haven't had any graphical type issues. I do have a video card that's pretty decent, and I know that's probably carrying a lot of load, but I figured it'd still be, you know, glitchy because they warned that the FPS was going to be pretty low, and there was going to be issues with that. But aside from that, I haven't really seen any. It's smooth. Let me show you the settings here. So my graphics settings, I've got everything set as high as it'll go. Full screen, textures, object detail, water, lighting, particles, physics, post-process. I've got everything maxed out as high as it'll go. Shadows, shading, game effects, volumetric effects, everything is maxed out. And it works perfectly. So it's pretty damn cool. This is a lot better than I thought it was going to be for an early alpha test. Cool thing is, it's only going to get better from here, guys. So when this thing goes open beta, it's going to rock. Well, that's about it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Just kind of a first peek. And I'll post some more as I get them, or I get some better tanks, and we'll see where we go. Have a good one.